how to show yourself on social media. What you post is not really what matters. It's what people feel when they see your post what really matters. Why? People connect with real brands, not with business brands anymore. They connect with people who have a clear message, an authentic message, something that really feels from the heart, connects from the heart, and speaks to the heart. In today's video, I'm gonna talk to you about personal branding, how to do it, what is exactly a personal brand, and with 3 super easy steps, you are going to start getting your personal brand aligned, connected with your heart in a super simple way. First, what's a personal brand? It's not really about fonts, colors, logo. No, forget about that. That comes later. The first fundamental aspect of personal brand is simple. It's your story. It's who you are as a person. What is exactly that you have been through? All this you have overcome that made you who you are. Transform into a brand that people perceive it like that in a clear way. So it's simply what you select from your story that you think is worth telling others, because that creates so much value, so much transformation, that you know that with that story you can help someone else. Simple as that. The value creation comes not directly from you as a person, but from all the things that you have overcome with your actions. Your experience is simply what you have done. So, how to do this? I have a very, very simple but effective process based on 3 questions. These 3 questions help you to set up a vision and alignment that always grounds you, always tells you if what you are doing is actually what you should be doing. So it's super powerful because it gives you a lot of focus and clarity. First, starting by asking yourself, why? Why are you in this business? Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? Why did you decide to really live your life or give this purpose to your business? Everything starts with why. But the real why, like what is really that thing that drives you and tells you, yeah, that's why I'm doing this, because of that, the big why. The second very, very important question is to ask yourself the uncomfortable. What do you stand for? By that I mean your values, your core values. Is when you ask yourself, what is exactly these important pillars in your life that you don't like to compromise? The values that really makes you who you are. That's really important, because when you have that clear, you can set up the limits of your business that gives you this freedom and calm to work in the way that you like. That is actually why I decide to do what I do. Simply, I love to work with female founders. I love to create this connection with sorority, with connection. I love it. So by setting up the limits and setting up the clear understanding of what do I value is actually the key to create the business that I want to have and the lifestyle that I love to have by enjoying what I do. The third fundamental question is your transformation. What kind of transformation you want to be known for? What do I mean by that? Over our lives, we have done many things. We have experienced many things. We have overcome many challenges, and we have transformed ourselves in many different ways. But some stories are more interesting or more transformative or more powerful than others, and those stories create value in themselves because of the way that you did what you did. Those stories are the ones that really matter for your brand. So what is really important is that connection that we want to create with someone else is actually rooted in those transformative stories that you experience in your lifetime. So you have to know those stories. How do you do this? Really connect yourself. Just take a moment in a very mindful way. Just deepen your breath, connect with your heart, and set a time frame. Could be 5 years, 10 years, 15, whatever you want. And collect mentally all those important stories or important transformations that you have done with yourself and just put them on a document and see them from a perspective of an observer. So you see, oh my God, that's actually quite impressive. That's actually quite valuable. I find that exercise very powerful, not only because it gives you a lot of awareness of your journey and a lot of perspective as a founder, but also because it tells you objectively what are the most important things that you should consider in order to reflect on your brand. So in short, the questions. First, why did you start your business? Second, what are your core values? What do you really stand for? And third, what are the most transformative moments in your life that you want to reflect on your brand, on really power your brand with, so you never forget what is exactly what you have achieved and that you want others to look at? Those are the questions. But of course, that's not the end. The last point that I want to share with you today is a very important one for me, actually, in my business, which is brand coherence. Brand coherence, I think, is the key to have a very calm, natural, relaxed presence on social media, so you don't get overwhelmed with posting. You are actually feeling okay with what you do, and you don't get this sensation that you have to be all the time posting, that you have to just communicate with anything you do. No, I don't. I'm very organized now with posting on social media. I am on social media. I am on LinkedIn mainly, YouTube, Instagram a bit, and sometimes Facebook. I don't have that much time for that one, sorry. But in the way I do it is simply I define core messages based on what I hear from people that I like to hear about my story. So people inspire me actually to tell what I say. So I know that what I post on social media is not really about me as a person, but it's actually the value that I create for other people. That gives me a lot of coherence because it's what I do actually for a business. What I say to my clients in my consultations is exactly what I post. So it's quite easy if you think about it, because, for example, what I'm saying to you right now became out of inspiration from a networking cafe that I just had with my beautiful community of the Mompreneur Society, and knowing what we talked, so having this in person, like absolutely deep connection with my community just gives me these insights that I just pass on. So it's very, bulletproof if you think about it, because they give me this confidence as well. They like the messages, so I know that it's working. And why? Because I feel it's right. So that's all. That's a message. Social media needs to feel right to you, to your heart. And the only way to do this is to connecting with your heart and knowing what feels right for you. It's very simple. But sometimes we forget. Sometimes we forget to really look at our story, look at our own transformation, and analyze what is exactly what we have done that makes us so proud, makes us so happy, so energized, and pass it to another person that, may need it. So that's absolutely key for social media and also for marketing. I'm an absolute believer of marketing that feels natural, that feels fun, that feels connected, feels human and authentic. Is what I do. I actually decide with what kind of person I like to work with, because that person resonates with my message. I don't have to force anyone to work with me because it's just simple, it's natural, and I have fun because I see that my own transformation can help someone else. And that's a very powerful thing that really gives you a lot of power inside you, a lot of motivation and a lot of energy, because you know that your message is quite strong, is quite powerful, and that can actually help someone else. And that's how I do it. I love it and it's working, and I hope it works for you. If you want to know more about my method, I leave the link below so you can give me your feedback, you can connect with me. I also have many spaces to work together in an online environment if you are not in Vienna. But if you are here in Vienna, I love to have a coffee with you. So connect with me if you want. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I also want to celebrate that this has been a year of this YouTube channel, and I'm absolutely happy. I haven't stopped posting a video any week, so I am there. I am very happy that the feedback that I got from the community is still very positive. So thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for commenting, for everything. I really appreciate it. See you next time and keep being inspired.